I always think about cycles and how things relate to one another, and how, as human beings, we're all sort of in the same cycle of life. But that's what I went out to do this summer. I wanted to see how people felt about life. Did they feel the same way that I felt? What were they thinking? What were they going through? And I went from the East Coast to the West Coast and met a bunch of people along the way. And I was really fortunate to have them share pieces of themselves. And I realized that we really are all the same. I'm always searching for the truth. I'm a pessimist who really needs some proof. I want to look at all the evidence so that I can make sure that I always have the best defense. What has become of my life?
I haven't really had a chance to experience who I really am, and I'm 27 years old. That is pretty scary.
Enlightenment. I don't know. You mean like pure satisfaction? What are we talking about?
Our 30s, I hear, are supposed to be fantastic.
I'm definitely not fulfilled with what I do right now. I mean, it's a job. It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Man, but they're the happiest people on earth. Because it's like they're just, I guess they're fulfilled where they're at, they're fulfilled with each other, and everything's functioning as a tight-knit unit. I don't know, does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I think if you just wait for it, it'll happen.
Went to college? Where was I then?
I think I'll be moving on from the law eventually, you know, hopefully sooner than later.
Because it's all together, it's all one thing.
But I wanted to do something well, I guess like some different than other people.
No, I was just saying that people think that they look at somebody who has the career that they said they were going to have and the life that they said they were going to have, and you think that they've got it all together. I think people think I have it all together. I don't.
Oh God, what did I go through that summer so much?
What's your sign?
Huh?
What's your sign?
What do you think it is?
I don't know, what is it?
Probably guess.
No.
Scorpio.
Oh, I'm just joking, I have no idea about
Oh,
signs.
you jerk.
I thought I was gonna trick you.
For me, there's something not there. Like, all the things around me are right. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think everybody should go through a phase where they don't know who they are.
The hard times, man, that's where it's at. That's where you really learn what you're made of and you grow. It's easy to be happy-go-lucky when everything's right, but not everything's always right.
I'm pretty laid back and easygoing, so I don't know. It doesn't take too much to satisfy me, but that might be a problem.
Why?
It might make me lazy. But, that's all right.
I have to wonder if maybe my parents, because I've grown up as an only child, if maybe I truly do feel like I'm a little bit more special. Not saying I'm better than you or anybody else, but there's like that diva mentality. The fact that, yeah, I'm not Mariah Carey, I'm not Britney Spears, but why do I feel like I am not meant to do hard labor?
Yeah, I would have to probably say all of my contentment is from the spiritual. Because it's easy for people to say, like, oh yeah, look, you live in PB and you live on the beach and you surf every day, life's a fucking picnic or whatever, and it's like, no, you know, I go through loss and happiness and injury and lessons of life just like everybody else, but maybe physically, yeah, I live in paradise, but really mentally is where I live in paradise.
It wasn't bad, but I just feeling like I've been doing the same stuff every day. Nothing changed, nothing happened in my future. So I just want to change it.
I think that's great. I want to do the same thing. That's why I started doing things, because I felt stuck, and that this was going to be my life for, you know, each day. So I think that's really cool that you say.
You're probably gonna do that soon.
What?
You.
Make a change?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah,
I will.
yeah, right in here, San Diego.
I'm gonna be here too. This is the beginning of all my changes.
I feel kind of lucky, even though like I'm not making a lot of money or anything, but I don't care that much about money. But I feel kind of lucky because I have something that I like, and I think I'm good at it. It doesn't matter really if anyone else thinks I'm good at it. So I feel lucky in that way, because there's a lot of people in the same shoes that just don't know what the hell to do, and they're this age and end up making a choice which leads to their life sucking for the rest of their life.
I'm a lawyer.
Oh.
I'd rather do this though, for sure.
Oh, go into that for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why I'd rather do this?
Yeah.
I don't think the legal profession is what it used to be. You know, lawyers are not as courteous as they used to be. It's too much about, it's not so much about justice anymore, it's just about money and...
Influence and power.
Yeah. So, not quite what I wanted from it, but...
It's not fulfilling for you?
How old are you?
27. Hey. Except you're getting your master's and I'm sitting on a beach drawing pictures.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think this is cooler.
I don't know what the hell I want to do any more than anybody else does. How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I don't know, I'm bad at that.
The funniest question ever.
I am 43. Isn't it amazing what people will tell you when they get on camera?
Yoshi, how old are you?
I'm 32.
And how old are you?
32.
32.
At 25, I thought I would be a little more better off than I am right now. I mean, I have a decent job, but I thought I could get a better job. You know, I thought, you know, I'd have more money and, you know, not have to worry about those things as much. And I thought I'd be enjoying what I was doing, like one of those people they say who like going to work every day.
And you know, like, everyone's like, oh, I had a plan. I wanted to be this person. I was like living in the moment then. I just wanted to be away from where I was because I knew it wasn't good.
Well, I mean, I thought I was having like a nervous breakdown or something. Like 8 months ago, I thought, man, I'm the only person in the world like this. Man, I'm just gonna, you know, I was like, God, you know, what am I gonna do? But I did have this, a week before I came here, back to Maryland to see my family, I had sort of an epiphany, if you will. I mean, I was sitting at home and I said, okay. I was sitting alone and I was like, all right, man, what really matters here? I said, what's your core? Your core responsibility is right now my wife and my 2 kids.
Story?
Oh, yeah.
A guy from Miami, when I first got here, was asking me where I was from. He's like, are you English? Are you from Australia? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm from Canada. And he's like, oh, wow, your English is really good.
It all raises in very many subtle levels. You learn lessons emotionally and intellectually, and you raise in consciousness. But part of that is being emotionally free like a child. Like kids' bodies are usually soft and supple and relaxed and flexible, and it's because kids really express their emotions. You know, if a kid wants to put this beer can on their head and do some sort of funny dance, they do it. You know, kids fully express themselves, and that allows the body to be free of tension. But then you grow up and you're told, you know, big boys don't cry, and that's inappropriate, or put your clothes back on, or, you know, and you begin to repress things emotionally. And then when you repress things emotionally, you repress them physically also. And a massage therapist would call that tension. Right?
That's cool. I just read a book. It was saying like that we're like programmed with, you know, everybody
Exactly.
else's, you know, ideals, and we make them our own without even realizing that they were never ours to start
Exactly.
with. So.
I went to college. I was the second to last to leave. And when I left, my parents were getting a divorce and separating, and which was good. But you don't have a home to go home to anymore, and that happens. So that was stressful. At that time in my life, I was really into experimenting with everything possible. Tattoos, piercings, drinking, the whole jazz. And I moved into a beach house because I liked the sound of the ocean with a bunch of people I didn't know. It's true.
I think it was a struggle, and now I'm straightening everything out. I got to figure it out now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Well, like, I don't know, I used to get angry and stuff, and, you know, just be angry all the time, you know, sort of thing. And I've actually, like, calmed a lot down, you know, meditation and stuff. I can now, you know, kind of be at peace with everything, and, you know, and it's okay to admit that you're wrong and stuff like that.
I'm searching for something right now. I'm searching to find out who I really am. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I'm very intelligent. I have a lot to offer the world. But I feel like my parents, in a lot of ways, have held me back because they've held me by the hand through life.
Another thing that sums up, and I was telling my wife this, I feel like, okay, I've done a lot for my age. I'm like a master, you know, I'm a jack of all trades, but I'm master of none. And I want to be a master of something.
Yeah.
I want to have something that I do that I can, instead of just like, tired of this flavor of ice cream cone, let me try this. You know, let me try, and it's like, I don't have time anymore to sample all the flavors. I want to find one that I just want that one thing.
Having the same issue with every single job that I go through. What is it about me? What is making these people either let me go? Why am I losing my job? Why can't I handle life? Maybe I'm not facing reality. I don't know.
That's very realistic. Oh, thank you.
What brought you from Ontario?
I left Ontario about a year ago. I just wanted to get out of Ontario, go out west. And then it rained a lot in Vancouver, and I decided I needed to go somewhere warm. So I have a dual citizenship, so I came down here.
What is your life dream?
My life dream? I don't know. That's pretty deep. What's your life dream?
To make films that inspire people.
Oh, me too.
Yeah?
I don't know. To inspire people. There's a life dream.
That's a good life dream, actually.
Well, Santa was a guy who, in his earlier life, did all kinds of things that he wasn't proud of in his later life. But he was also a guy who was just filled with anxiety. He had all these responsibilities. He had 1,000 different things going on. And he tells a story about one day he's walking down the street and he sees what was then what we would probably call a homeless person who'd had a little bit too much to drink, But this guy's sort of bopping down the street. He's happy-go-lucky, but he doesn't have a house. He probably doesn't know where his next meal is coming from. But he's happy. And St. Augustine said, you know, maybe he's the smart one. Maybe he's got it right.
No, I think I've always been that way, really. Just not really caring about what other people think I should be doing, you know? Like, I heard so many times when I was in my early 20s, like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do with your life? Like, I don't know, does it really matter? Like, do I have to do something amazing and, like, make a lot of money or something? Or can I not just stumble along and be happy and hopefully run into something that's gonna work for me? I think if you just wait for it, it'll happen.
You know what? Maybe my life is like, maybe I'm meant to be like one of those reality people, because everyone's like, your life's so fucking crazy. You should be a reality TV star.
Why do they say that?
So my life's fucking crazy.
I've had this conversation, it's actually coincident you asked that. There's a lot of people lately, and I find that a lot of people are not necessarily happy but content, you know, and just kind of going through the motions.
I think everything's growth. You know, like Aristotle, or, you know, like Michelangelo, he could, like, do math and art and this and that. Like, it doesn't mean, like, once you conquer one thing in your life, you can conquer the next and the next and the next. And I think the fulfillment should come from within. Constantly, you should be fulfilled in finding new things and new interests and new life. I think a lot of us aren't okay with that, though.
Some people that I used to think are very positive people seem to be just sort of settling for what comes their way, you know, and thinking that they can't change anything. And I think that's just, I shouldn't say it's a bad attitude. I just think that's, you're shorting yourself in life.
And everything, my whole life was changed. So for me, that's easiest to change my life.
It's very brave.
Yeah.
It's hard to do at first. I mean, it takes a strong person, I think, to do that. Are you happy with the results of everything you tried to do? Yeah.
Patterns and cycles of life, which I thought was weird because it was kind of reminding me of my like biology classes, like Darwinism,
right?
Like everything, like, you know, evolution of whatever. So that this evolution of thought, like, never mind.
I love it.
And as you evolve into a higher level being, you are more aware of emotional cycles, seasonal cycles, you know, whatever, millennium cycles, astrological cycles, and so forth. And then if your consciousness expands even more, you are more aware of the cycles of, you know, the universe and so forth.
Is that possible to do all in one lifetime?
I don't know, because I haven't necessarily figured out the whole aspect of lifetimes.
I don't know if I believe that, I'm not 100% on the one being kind of thing, but I don't believe that something can come from nothing. So it's come from somewhere, and I also don't believe that it's possible for me to figure that out while I'm in this body. So I think I just lead a good moral life while I'm here, and wait till I'm dead to figure it out. And if it's just black and nothing, then that's that. And if there's something, then that's that.
Which is it's a cool book just about a guy who's kind of going through his college years, but also struggling with spiritual questions, and then he meets a spiritual master in the form of some guy who runs a gas station, and this spiritual master teaches him about life. And the amazing thing was, as I got to the end of this book, it totally paralleled an experience that I had when I ate a lot a lot of mushrooms.
That's new. It's new right now. Spirituality and who am I going to be? What am I going to do?
Can't believe I'm saying this on film right now because I've only told a handful of people, you know.
Right now I feel humbled by everything around me. And I never felt like that before. I always felt like I was in charge and I was in control. Like when you go through like really rough times and you like say, oh God, help me. And they really do. And you know, there's gotta be something bigger than you. That's how I think people get into nature. Like, you could stare here at the ocean, or that guy could stare at that bird for like 45 minutes just waiting for it to take flight. You know? That's all he's doing. That's like noticing that there's something bigger than you. That's like everything's not in here, it's all out there.
All I know is my experience. And my experience was looking down at my body and seeing these cops wail on me, which was really happening, we know for a fact, because I woke up in jail with all sorts of beating marks all over me. But then as I realized that I was a conscious being, I had this awakening that said, wait a minute, consciousness is beyond the human body. And I just kind of looked off onto the horizon, and I saw mountains rise and fall, and I saw the sun set and rise, and I saw all of this happening at once, and immediately I saw that every single thing in the universe is connected. Every single being, every single breath, the same breath that I exhale goes through a filtering process, and you exhale it again, and we share it, you know, we all share the vibration of everything. And this was just which I then only learned was just a classic awakening that happens to many, many people on psychedelic drugs, and that's the whole aspect of a psychedelic awakening, is to realize that, wow, you know what, everything here is changing, and the light is bending, and I'm seeing all these rainbows, but it's all coming from one place inside my mind. So therefore, everything that affects my outer world only comes from one place, and that's in my mind. And so I realized that on the fast track, which was taking too many mushrooms and running naked down the street.
Isn't it neat watching it drop instead of up?
There has to be something. To me, there's something else. Like something's going to click. I just don't know what it is yet.
You know why? You know why it's better to watch it drop? Because it ends.
All right, can we shut it off right now?
Because it ends. Because it's the end. You know, it's the end of the day. Like, you just finished a really nice day.
Life being happy is just all about, like, enjoying, like, right now, which is why we started interviewing. I was like, this guy's having a blast.
Yeah.
Taking pictures of a bird for 45 minutes.
He's boring as hell. Must be, but shouldn't be standing looking at a bird. But,
not even boring.
Yeah.
More like you were looking, you found something that you were looking for that day, which is nice.
Yeah. Through the clouds and stuff. Wow, that's a big one.
To tell you the truth, I'm on mushrooms right now. Right? But just a little bit of mushrooms.
I've never seen it set red like that.
It's not amazing, that's for sure, but it's all right. It's all right.
Oh, made me strong and powerful.
Working out the pipes, yeah, definitely.
And see you
Sometimes I feel so empty because we're not the only ones who will understand.